Hey guys, my name is Zeniac and welcome back to another City Skyline experimental video where today I answered the question that nobody ever asked, and that is, can you turn poop into clean drinking water? Well, we're going to find out today, so welcome back to another pointless City Skyline experiment video, guys. If you enjoyed this, please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new right here, then make sure you subscribe so you're notified when that next damn useless video comes out. And again, guys, if you do enjoy it, smash that like button down below. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a load of land. I'm then going to create a nice large artificial man-made lake, which we are going to use to fill up with stinky, delicious, chocolatey goodness. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, guys, then you're in the wrong neighborhood, boys. Poop! We're going to create a delicious stream of poop. And then at one end, we're going to have sewers dumping that chocolatey goodness inside of this little river. And at the other end, where the poop is flowing down to, we're going to have the pipes that suck up the drinking water for our residents. Now, in between it, we're going to see if we can hopefully, guys, clean it all up. Now, how it's going to work is we're going to use the, where is it? Every time I go to look for it, I'm never able to see it or find it. And I think sometimes it's in the garbage, this here, the floating garbage collector. Now, technically it's made to kind of collect garbage out of the water, but what it does, it cleans up the water, water's kind of pollution, and, you know, turns it into cleanness. So I might need to place down like an army of those. So before we do anything, before we get set up and started, I'm going to delete this road. And I'm not going to build my civilization, my little town, my little city just yet until I can almost borderline guarantee the clean drinking water. Actually, I might build it at some point and then, like, you know, kill them all off. And then eventually then, you know, get clean water. So we'll do it step by step. So this is currently height terrain 60. So if I go 160 just to kind of begin with, and it puts us at this kind of a level. So let's up my brush size a little bit there. So let's bring this all down. Let's make it nice and wide. And then we'll go for a bigger brush size as well. And then we'll go down this way. So like this right now, if I create a little U, there we go. And then we're going to fill up this little kind of section with all the goodness. So let's kind of continue this going down, as this is our little barrier right now. There we go. And we'll end it. Alright, it's got to be big enough to get all the poop in. We'll end it about here. There we go. And it's a little bit too wide to my liking, but this is where we're going to filter it all in nicely anyway. So we're going to keep this little section there at its current terrain height. And then we'll go straight from 160 where that height is there to 100. And in this little area here, 100 might not be enough. So I've got to kind of gradually down the land so it kind of starts to flow. So if I snag, let's say swag. If I snag this little section there and then kind of fill that up. And as we go down step by step, we'll then go to 70 odd here, bring that to there, and then by creating a little staircase effect, what we're initially doing, or what we're kind of doing, is making the water flow down step by step, so it's going down in this direction. Now, I need to kind of literally fill this all up. So what I'm going to do as well is I kind of need to let it kind of like sink out through here. So let it sink out to there. And if I continue this and create a nice little U, there we go. Please, no inappropriate comments, guys. Right, I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. What am I doing? So yeah, one of these designs. We're going to up our brush size here and create these little kind of slips through. So the water goes through these little creases. And then we'll do one in the middle like that. We'll do one there. And then we bulk up one just here. So the water then filters through those little cracks and goes into the basin there where we're going to create or suck up all of our clean drinking water. That's what we're going to try and do. That's what we're going to try and do anyway. So I think we'll start then up here. And we'll place down now, or at least get ready all of this. So what I'll do first is I'm going to place in a nice little water source and drop that down to about there. Right, we'll fast forward then. There we go. So we then have the water filling up, so I can then place down exactly where I want my sewage outlets. No problems, no questions asked. It pretty much is up and running, gets done. We ain't gotta worry. Now I'm gonna keep buying these pieces of land right now, all the way to the edge of the map, which is just these two here. Because then what we're gonna do is when it comes out to here, the water, right, it's gonna filter. Let me up my brush size a little bit more. So it's gonna seep out so I can continually get the flow. That's exactly what I need. And then we're going to set this down to 0. So it's literally, you can't go any lower. And we'll do this just here. There we go there. Up this little brush size. And then we'll bring this all the way out. So that kind of creates our little river in a sense. And we also want to make sure. So that will bring in water. But every so often, we'll go to then 10 and then do 10 there, and then we'll go bam, we'll go to a 20. So we're gradually bringing this up to stop the flow of it going in. Then we'll do a 30, then we'll do a 40. And you can kind of see where this is going. So that is 60. So we'll end this little basin section here as a 50 height. There we go. And you can now see the water's coming in. So hopefully we don't have any issues. But we'll just ultimately see what happens. We'll see what happens. So that should then kind of disappear and flood out. And by the constant flow that we get coming down here, we should turn this little lake / river, whatever you want to call it, into the opposite direction, where then stuff flows out. We'll see. We'll see right now. So I'm going to get a couple of more water sources down so I can have that effect going on, where the water gets pushed out. So do one more there. There we go. So I'm going to let this simulate now for quite some time. So I've got a constant bulge of water flowing all the way out, and it is going in that direction. Once we know that's working, we're then going to replace and put down a load of sewers. So it's all sewage water that's coming in that flows down. We'll then set up our cleaning system to then where we can suck up the poop water over here. Is it going to work? I don't know. But I'm going to give it some time, and then we'll see exactly what happens at that point. So, we've now got it all set up where the water, I've got quite a few little water sources right now. The water goes out quite rapidly, cuts through here, and then we have a flood wall little channel as it all flows now through. We got like a back wave tsunami coming through. But that's literally how it now works. So if I check out the water flow, it literally, look at them arrows, are so freaking fast. So now all I need to do is, over time, replace this clean water with sewage water. With that, as I like to call the chocolatey goodness, guys. It's been a while since we last did a chocolatey goodness experiment. So what I'm going to do is we pull this up, and now we've got the water around the edge. We've got an easier way to kind of add all this stuff in. So I've got like an auto clicker, which allows me to, like, you know, rapidly click. So I can then go around and place down as many as possible. You see that, guys? You see how freaking genius this is? Sometimes I amaze myself with the pure genius that comes out of my brain. Right, and the more I place down, the better. because I need as many as possible, because this is what is going to the sewage coming out of this is going to replace our water circles, as nobody calls them, our water sources, is what I'm trying to say. So they'll go down to there. So there is quite a lot of them right now. There is quite a lot of them, and I just need to then hook them up. So I gotta do my best. There we go. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Do this as much as possible. Again, we're now getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, boys. I'm actually quite excited to see how much chocolate we're going to be making. And it is chocolate, guys. You can eat it. You can eat it. So all that's missing now then is power. That is what is then missing for these to be turned on. Right. Okay. So it's always good to do the little kind of wind turbines, because you do get a lot of wind speed on these little banks that we've created. Now, initially, we're going to get the huge amount of flooding that takes place. Look at the chocolate being made already, guys. But we'll let it just settle down for a second, and then we'll slowly start to remove the water sources in the middle once I'm confident enough that we're producing quite a bit. So, do you know what? It's kind of settled itself quite nicely with what we're already pumping out right now. So I think how many have I got? I've got 5. So let me remove these first 2 here. So we've then gone. We'll see what it does differently. You can see the 2 little lines there where the water sources are pumping out fresh, clean water. So we'll give it a moment or 2 to kind of let it see itself through. But yeah, this is going to be very interesting. I want this all turned into chocolate. Chocolate, boys. Nom, 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 nom. So that is a lot of sewage it's pumping in. I don't know if it's quite enough to kind of... Do you know, we'll just get rid of all of them. We'll get rid of all of them, and we'll then see if it's enough sewage pumping out to, you know, provide enough water in this area. It should be. It should be, but look at this right now. It's total pure pollution. So we'll see where this kind of amount of sewage now settles, and then it's down to us to kind of get things up and running. So what I'll do then is we'll slowly start to build our little bit of a town right now. So we'll upgrade this road here as it merges from the highway. We'll bring this up. There we go. And let's do a little crisscross. So come down by 40. We'll build our small little town that is going to be using that water source. So let's start about... Let's have a look. I'm just going to pick this spot here randomly. And what was that across there? That was 37. So it's not quite the amazing grid we're going with. And if we go up by 11, we can maximize our spacing. There we go. Go out by another 30. Up by 10. Bam. Another 30. There we go. And now we're starting to get somewhere, boys. We're now officially starting to get somewhere. So let's keep the momentum rocking and rolling. There we go. I don't really care about this little kind of village I'm creating. It's not even a village. It is borderline a little town I'm making right now, isn't it? I just want to get it all set up. There we go. So we'll just go for this for now. It's a little bit funky, but at the end of the day, I like a little bit of funk. And we'll connect that to there. That's there. We can get away with that. Let's drop some water pipes down. You can show how much I don't care about this, with how terrible the design is. There we go. And let's fill it with residential. All up here. We'll get some high density commercial, even though they need the education to kind of get that rocking and a rolling. And I do want to build some industrial area to provide them with enough jobs. There we go. Let's kind of then take it to there. Just going to create a nice little industrial patch. And where does this come down? So I might as well fill this little section there up. And then we'll drop down a load of dirty industrial section just here. And then we'll filter this then section there with offices. And they're going to need water as well. Like I said, I don't care about this. This is just to provide this place with the water that they need or want at this stage. So let's give it a... Let's go with a solar plant area here into first. That'll provide the power needed. And then it just grow naturally. So, this chocolatey goodness ain't doing too bad. Really? It's just now you can see the gradient of the color change right now. I don't need to place any more down than there is. This is amazing. So, let me hook up the sewage outlet then. So, in many ways, we're going to be producing more. So, that the town's got sewage. Still needs to grow a little bit more to get what it needs, but I can kind of add in the usual suspects. Stuff like the hospital will place down, which is going to be overrun in a few moments' time. The policing. We need... What also is going to be overrun is the crematoriums. So I'm going to get a couple of these down right now. I've got some large capacities. We'll go a little bit crazy on stuff like the schools and whatnot now, because I want to give them the education that they require. And high schools. And then we'll just drop down a university. And there's nothing really else I kind of need from the get-go that's going to... Oh, garbage. Yeah, I do need garbage. So we'll place down our little garbage plant there. There we go. And all it's now missing... So is, well, one power. That is what's missing first. So let me just quickly bam to there and to there. So power they will now have, but that needs water. So actually, you know what I'll do for now? For now, we'll just drop down something like one of these little what are they called again? Water towers. There we go. So the water tower provides the water, and this little town can start growing normally, naturally, like it would do if you were playing a normal game. But we're not playing a normal game, and we might have a little bit too much sewage than we need right now. So we're gonna have to get rid of some of these sewage pipes. So up to there, we'll delete. We'll delete a chunk just there. And we'll delete a chunk just here. Okay. So quite a few little chunks there deleted to reduce the amount of sewage outlets that we have. We're producing too much chocolatey goodness to what we can filter out. But it's literally now just literally pure sewage that we're now taking out. Oh my goodness me. This is crazy. If I view it from like this kind of angle. It literally is. It is crazy what we're about to do. So much sewage that's going to be cleaned and turned into drinking water. I mean, if you think about it in real life, is that how normal sewage plants works? You take a poop, you flush it down the toilet, and somewhere down the line they clean that water up and then turn it into drinking water. That makes you want to stop drinking water full stop, doesn't it? It really does. It really freaking does. It's also amazing how none of this place... Oh, that's not even connected. None of this place wants any industrial. There we go. Just connect it all up real quick. But now the sewage levels have dropped, as you can see. But that doesn't matter because we can continually add more and more as time goes on. Right, is this place ready? I don't know if this place is ready for what is about to go down. Oh my goodness me. So, yeah, the overspills we got right now, they will settle. They will eventually settle. So we're going to drop then some... a couple of large pumping stations. There we go. That is going to pump the chocolatey goodness from its little lake. And well, yeah, and we've got to make sure that we clean it. So if I just get down all the pipes needed, give it the power that it then requires and needs, and we'll hook it up to the town like normal. It's going to make the town very sick. That is what's initially going to happen. We already know this anyway. We already know this. So I wonder how much it'll also affect this place. Because we're sucking water up, so it means less water's going out. So in terms of water then, we've got water available. But it's not great water, and it's literally going to make everybody so sick. It's going to make everybody sick right now. And this hospital is going to be overrun. So, healthcare. Look at the 6 citizens are starting to increase. My healthcare is deteriorating so fast right now. And you can see here, citizens are now sick. That we knew this anyway. We knew exactly what was going to happen. We know how this game works, boys. What, you think we're noobs right now? We ain't noobs. So now we need to clean it up. Oh, this is bad. This is going to be bad. So, if I check, I mean, you can see it anyway, but if I check the pollution before we go, you can see it's literally pure brown. We've got some clean stuff coming in, but that's, you know, the fighting between the two bits of water, in a way. So, let's try our best to clean this up. So, the water flow, still pretty strong. I'm happy with this. So, in the garbage then, we have these floating garbage collectors. So if I start by dropping one down in each of these little kind of outlets to begin with, now they don't require any power or anything like that. So just on the basis of dropping that in, nothing really changes. You can see the average drinking water pollution is 76%. Now it's 75. 73. So I don't know if they're actually doing any work or doing some good. I don't know. It is coming down a little bit. Okay. So let me drop then a couple more of these around. So I don't have any key on, so I can't like go crazy with the spam. But I'm trying my best here. So drop a load here. So this is why I wanted these little kind of inlets here. I can filter the water a lot better. And I'm starting to see some lighter patches. And I don't know whether that is because they are doing their job in cleaning. Operation rate only 50 squared... Is it squared litres? I don't know what it's called. Well, 50,000 units of water. That's what I'll call it. Is what they can currently clean. So my drinking pollution is now at 50% almost. 57, 56. Now you might be thinking, oh, that's pretty good, it's coming down. In a real ideal world, you want 0 water pollution. But I don't know if we're going to quite get that. I don't know. Probably not. So it's flowing through pretty quick. So I think we need to turn this whole little sections here into these garbage collectors. So let's turn on Anarchy. As I now go a little bit crazy. And drop as many down as I possibly can in these little sections. It might help with the little auto clicker. So I have gone literally AWOL. So freaking crazy. when it comes to these. But this is what I think we need to do. I think we need to go so freaking extreme like we are right now to get all this clean. Oh my god, would you look at that? We're now starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, it's still seeping through in certain areas, but it's actually being cleaned. It is actually starting to clean itself. Which, this town is dead. Like, it couldn't be any more dead than what it is right now. My population is only at 2,000. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. But you can still see little bits of pollution seeping through and whatnot. But we're getting there. What's my pollution levels like now then? So the average drinking water pollution is now at 20%. It's a lot better than what it was. But again, you don't want to drink 20% polluted water. 20% floating poops in a bottle of water. That's like you buy a bottle of water and 20% of it has got poo. Or 20% of it is poo. The other 80% is water. So we're actually doing something right now. We're making some progress. And that will eventually just all seep out and then, you know, merge with the clean stuff. But it's still seeping through. So there's a few little bits and bobs and areas that we got to work on. But that's going to be really handy right now. So now it's down to 9%, 8%, 6%. We have never seen it as low as it is right now. But there's definitely still pollution. We are managing to clean poop water and transfer it into clean drinking water. So how's the healthcare system doing then? So death care, we've got the capacity for that. It's the healthcare. 1,400 residents are currently sick. So we could slowly turn this around as time goes on. Oh, look at that. You can now visually see how good we're doing. Oh, that's amazing. So what is then our pollution? Only 2% of water is polluted. Now we want to get to that magic number, 0%. So I need to get a few more down on the certain sides and areas where it's coming in. So where it slightly seeps through, that's where we need to kind of tackle it. So with those all now placed down, let's see how this kind of works it. So the water's still flowing wonderfully, which is great. That's the pollution right now. We got a little bit of a slow patch there we're trying to move, but the water is a little bit, it was almost there a little bit slow in that area, but we are now getting through. And how is everybody over here? So people are still sick, but that's also down to the fact that we're trying to get everyone sorted out. We've only got a capacity of 700, and there's 900 currently ill. So I might just kind of drop down an extra hospital to handle the backlog in sick residents. The fact that the population is now growing again shows us that we're kind of getting there. We're kind of getting there right now. Pollution. Average drinking water pollution is 2% still. It's more this side here that's getting affected, but I don't know whether that's still the the bit of sewage that we're still trying to wait for it to get out of here. But we still have a slight sliver of poo in the water right now. So before I take us to the next stage and go crazy again with my garbage plants, let me just kind of sort out the traffic here. So we can get the pedestrians and everybody moving in super quick. There we go. How are we doing? Now it's nearly 4,000 populations, and that is boding very, very well for us. The healthcare, we still have a couple of sick people, but they should be getting treated as time goes on. Death care is only 100 now that are kind of dead, which is also kind of crazy. But it's looking pretty clean. So what's the pollution like now? Still 2%. We still got, it's still slightly brown in some areas. These over here still complaining. So let's go a little bit more crazier then with this stuff. So I'm going to do some nice now widely spread areas. This is costing me a fortune, by the way. It's a good job I've got unlimited money. What do you mean to place those on there? But pushing this all the way over, we're trying to minimize the amount of poop that seeps through. And I think we've done a very good job so far. Damn, there is so many floating garbage collectors. Alright, let's get rid of these few here that I've misplaced. Well, how many's there? There we go. Let's get rid of a couple just there. Right, we're all good there. Let's get out of this mode then. So, that then should hopefully stop those last little bits of those small little floaters that are getting through the system. That should hopefully stop them. We're spending 1.9 million. What's my budget like right now? Look at that, 1.9 million just in garbage alone, which is cleaning the water. It's an expensive job, guys. It's a very expensive. Why are they complaining about there's not enough water coming through? Do I need to up the sewage? I might need to kind of up the sewage there because the water levels are quite low. But what's the pollution like now? 0%. So even though those guys are slightly complaining still, we have no poop in the water. That's good. That's real good. So let's then take it up a notch. Let's get all these back in. Right, we have the line just there that we can utilize. So these two here are in the wrong section. But yeah, a few extra pumps now pumping out more sewage. So we'll see how that goes then. That should hopefully up the water line. Because it was originally quite high, wasn't it? And now it's quite low. So we get this happening. So when you place them in, they kind of like go a bit mental. But then we should be able to push that down. So we'll see how this turns out by upping it. We need more water because the town is dying. Let's get rid of this because I don't want to depend on this anymore. Or even to use that. So water available, we literally have nothing. So we need to up then the amount of water going through the system. We really do. Now we do have a nice big bulk of it coming through. So I'm hoping that this new wave, look how high this is, can come through. So I wonder if the pure additional volume of water we're now going to pump through is going to get cleaned at the same rate as the lower volume that we had. That's going to be interesting to find out. I hope so. If not, we're placing down more floating garbage collectors. That's what we're doing right now. So I'll let it kind of push itself through and then we'll see where it all... So with the additional sewage, aka poop water, now flowing through, it's enough, even though it's not touching them, it's still enough that they're sucking up water, which is good. Which is real good right now. Which means the town is not only surviving, but it's currently thriving right now. It's doing really, really well. Now, these are all completed out of done of educated workers and all that kind of jazz. I could go ahead and just kind of place down stuff like this. Fusion plant, which is the power. This is for the tourists. This is... the pollution. I don't want to do that one because it literally cleans everything up. Which is the one that does the education? It's this one, isn't it? Yeah. So that provided all the education levels required for all the businesses so they can shut up and leave your boy alone. Right now, it also upgraded so more and more people move in, which, you know, sequentially means more and more people are using the water. But we have a nearly a 4 million, okay, let's just call it 3 million to be on the safe side, pumping capacity. They ain't going to get nowhere near it in this small space, so I ain't got to worry about that one bit. I also have a 15 million sewage capacity too. I don't think I've ever built a city that uses 15 million sewage capacity. I mean, I could be lying. I probably have. I don't know. But even with that increased capacity of sewage water coming through, the pollution, whew, look at that. Look at that, boys. 0%. We're getting ground pollution. That's because the industrial area is now starting to grow over there. But who cares about that? Look at this. No poops in our drinking water. And if that doesn't bring a tear to your eye, guys, I don't know what will. We have now created a system where we turn poop water into clean, affordable drinking water with no it's natural flavorings, very natural flavorings, no additional, artificial sugars, sweeteners or anything like that in this water. It's pure natural drinking water. So the next time you go and grab a bottle of water, or you have a nice little glass from your tap in your kitchen, think of this little episode, guys. Refreshing water. Hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, please smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good. Bye-bye.